You're watching Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sturdivant. So today is Friday, and it marks the 14th birthday of Madalina Cojocari, who has been missing since November 2022. She was last seen getting on a school bus. Now, this is a story that we have covered extensively since she disappeared back in November 2022. Her disappearance continues to cause concern for the community up there in Cornelius. Police there maintain their search efforts, again, trying to find new leads, new information when it comes to finding Madalina Cojocari. Now today, this morning, we broke this on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. Cornelius Police released a new age progression photo created by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to remind the community that it is still searching for Madalina. Again, you can see it right there, that age progressed photo right there on your screen. So what we wanted to do for this show this afternoon, we wanted to catch you up because, again, she went missing November 2022, last seen going on a school bus. So a lot of information in between that time. And so we want to take you back to November, which marks 2 years since she had disappeared. No, actually, November 2024, which marked 2 years. So let's listen into our story from that 2-year anniversary of her missing. Let's listen in.
2 years later, the whereabouts of Madalina Cojocari remain a mystery.
We really had mixed emotions. You know, when this case first started 2 years ago, none of us thought we would be here today.
Still searching for the Cornelius girl last seen here getting off the school bus in November of 2022. Thursday, the Cornelius police sharing these photos marking the day. Madalina's mother, Diana Cojocari, pled guilty to failing to report her daughter missing, spent almost a year and a half behind bars for it, and has been named a suspect in the case. Diana has also been confirmed to be out of the country. 2 years later, still many unanswered questions.
We feel like that Diana has some of those answers. We made every effort we could to make contact with her after release. We did several interviews, and we still weren't able to determine where Madalina was based on those, and then she made the decision to go to her home country.
Chief David Bokum says Diana maintains not to know where Madalina is and says there are no record that Madalina left or was taken out of the country.
As far as we know, she's still here in the United States.
And investigators believe Madalina is alive.
But we found no evidence that would lead us to believe that she is deceased.
Madalina's stepfather, Christopher Palmer, was found guilty of the same crime. A jury taking less than 30 minutes to deliver that verdict. During the trial, Palmer revealing a pattern of unpredictable behavior and intense religious rituals by Diana, who he said called the shots and took primary care of Madalina. Palmer is out of custody on supervised probation. He has since filed a notice to appeal his conviction.
We've spoken to him, but we have not formally interviewed him.
So now what? Bokum says there are only so many details they can share as this is an ongoing investigation. But the work to find Madalina and investigate every lead continues.
It's always challenging. You know, we wanted a resolution to this case early on, just like this community did. But, you know, we have stayed the course, and we've always said from the very start that our goal is to find Madalina, and we're not going to stop until we do.
And that story was from November 2024. It marked 2 years since Madalina Cojocari went missing. So we want to fast forward on this timeline to January 2025, January of this year, where we got our hands on new warrants. So yeah, let's take you to that story from January of this year.
It's been over 2 years since Madalina Cojocari was officially reported missing, and the Cornelius Police Department is still searching for her, still hanging this sign outside the agency. I spoke with the deputy chief just hours ago. She tells me this case will not go cold, and as for leads, nothing is off the table.
We believe Madalina is alive.
Cornelius Police Deputy Chief Jennifer Thompson says the department doesn't have much to go off of right now to find Madalina, but they work the case daily.
Someone is still out there that has the bit of information as to what happened to her and to where she is. And, you know, I think Diana possibly has that information.
Madalina's mother, Diana Cojocari, is a suspect, but she's now in her home country of Moldova after serving time for failing to report Madalina missing.
We would have liked for her to have stayed here and helped us find her daughter.
Warrants recently unsealed revealed Diana messaged her cousin on December 2nd, 2022, saying she needed to speak with him urgently. She signed the message from herself and Madalina. But Diana told police she last saw Madalina on November 23rd.
This mother never reported her missing. You know, I know it's been said that she waited 3 weeks. It was a school system and the SRO that reported her missing, not her mother.
Just last week, WCNC Charlotte uncovered that detectives, at least at the beginning of the investigation, believed this was a sexual exploitation case.
We have not taken anything off of the table.
Plus, warrants show several items were burned in a fire pit at the home, including Madalina's clothes and the spare bedroom carpet. Days later, detectives swabbed several areas of the home, including stained bedroom carpets.
We did submit various items to the crime lab, you know, for forensic evidence, but I can't go into detail about what those reports showed.
Thompson is urging anyone that has spoken to Diana or Madalina Cojocari over the last several years to please contact the department with any details you may have. You may think it's minor, but Thompson says it could be something that helps the case. In Cornelius, Julia Kaufman, WCNC Charlotte.
And again, we just wanted to update you on this case. Again, so much has happened since Madalina Cojocari went missing in November of 2022. Today, she celebrated her. She would celebrate her 14th birthday. Again, efforts to find her still ongoing. And we're actually going to hear from WCNC Charlotte's Jessie Pierre. She's speaking with Cornelius Police today and also folks in that community. And so we will check in with her later on in the stream. So again, leave it on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus, and you'll get that story. You'll get that update right here only on Live Impact News. And along with breaking news, developing stories.